Hello, I'm here to introduce a suite of indicators developed by MidasTradingSystems.com, market indicators for the Midas approach, and that is Midas Technical Analysis. The Midas indicator was originally developed by Paul Levine, and the idea is to monitor the available fuel in a given trend. This indicator does a great job of that, providing support and resistance levels that are otherwise not very visible to the naked eye. These indicators are designed for multiple time frame analysis. The NinjaTrader indicator package includes the MTS Trend, which is the basic Midas indicator, along with multiple channel lines. So we just add the ability not only to calibrate the upper and lower channel line, but to add additional iterations of channel lines above and below the primary curve. If you're familiar with the Midas indicator to some extent, you may understand what I'm referring to there. If not, don't worry about it. It will be explained a little further along here. The MTS or other time frame indicator will allow you to overlay a higher time frame Midas curve and its channel lines onto a lower time frame chart. So you can take a 30-minute curve, which is often an exceptional time frame to be paying attention to, particularly for day trading, and you can overlay it on a tick or a minute chart just so you can keep gauge on that, the more important, sometimes more powerful levels for a given day session. The MTS market analyzer, you can set it up so that you launch curves on multiple symbols on a higher time frame. It could be 30, 60, 480, or a daily or weekly or monthly chart. And you can do this on a large number of symbols. This just takes a lot of the sort of monitoring pressure off of you. It can be done end of day, or you can have it set up real time intraday, which is great if you want to try to drop into a long-term setup and then monitor it from the day trading side to limit your risk. The MTS Auto Trend is still in beta. We are going to be rewriting it, but it will certainly give you an idea of some really interesting trade setups that are available for day trading. And we like to use the day trading setups and look at entering the longer term trades. It is also quite effective just from a day trading perspective. So this is the MTS Trend. Now, first of all, I just want to say this PowerPoint is available on the MidasTradingSystems.com website. This right here is a video that is embedded in the PowerPoint. I'm not going to play the whole thing right now. It is available for free on the website. You can download it, and it will give you more detailed information on these indicators. What you're seeing in the back here is actually the auto trend, and you can see it's sort of pointing out. Now, it looks a little bit busy. If you just focus on the blue triangles, you'll see that it's pointing out some potential trades there for you, and it will do that automatically. So back to the MTS trend. The MTS trend that would be is if we were to want to launch a Midas curve from this pivot high right here, you can see the MTS trend will allow you to create this curve manually. Okay, and it puts in a vertical line which you can grab and just adjust it, and it will go ahead and change the location, the start point of this curve. Here's a quick overview of the MTS trend indicator. Okay, so you just have a vertical line, you just grab it and you can adjust it to important pivots that quickly. And then if you want to adjust your channel lines, you just add a dot of the appropriate color and you can just grab that and it will make the change for you as well. So we've launched the channel line, upper channel line from this point right here, and you can see how that curve actually contained these tests higher, and it broke here, and then you can see it's holding support through here before accelerating to the upside again. Okay, so that's the MTS trend. Again, there's a whole video here available for you to take a look at MidasTradingSystems.com. The other time frame indicator, MTS other time frame. This is a 30-minute chart. You will save this, so you will actually set this chart up. You'll launch the curves as you see appropriate. You're going to save it, and then it will overlay this chart onto your 5-minute, 2-minute, basically any lower time frame, including tick charts. Okay, here we have an overlay on the 150 tick chart. It's got the 30-minute Midas levels showing on top of it here. We have a solid trend down within ticks of the lower channel line on the 30-minute level. This is where you want to be paying attention for potential trade entries. And I mean, just from a basic support and resistance level, you can see we kind of have a spike down. We get back above this test. So we test into that level, bounce back above it, and we're finding support, finding support. There's certainly an argument for putting on a long position right in this area, possibly with a partial stop somewhere down in here and another one below this low. The risk to reward on this trade obviously is significant because the goal is going to be at least up into this primary curve, if not the upper channel line, which actually would have made over here. Then, so this is a regular bar chart, candlestick chart with the 30-minute overlay. We can gain additional information by bringing in the Midas Trend indicator and looking at how the primary curve over here is actually holding, and add in a calibration point, so the primary curve, and then we would have wanted our stop definitely below the low of this lower channel line if we did try entering on these initial pullbacks. And we can then start following this up as we break new highs. We have these pullbacks in here. We can calibrate the channel line to match these curves, and then you can see we have another trade entry possibility in here just moving forward. So I mean, the bottom line is, as we test important 30-minute levels, we're going to want to go ahead and launch curves to see how it's holding up. And you can see how this curve is capturing support, we break below it, and now it becomes resistance. So that curve in and of itself was really instructive in here. So you can see this is instructive, this curve and this channel right through here, in terms of providing great support and resistance zones. So this is the most important pivot high, testing right up into the upper channel line on a 30-minute level. We launch a curve from here. We get a little bit of porosity on this move right in here, 'cause the high is right in there, so we get a little bit of a move above it. But if we go ahead and calibrate to the high of that pivot, once it's broken back below, we've got great resistance in these areas. And then that previous move that had broken the curve that we launched from over here is just barely breaking above it at this point. So you can see this curve is actually giving us better guidance on how to manage our trade if we were trying to hold a short position. From a day trading perspective, we're right in here. We're getting really close to this 30-minute level, so we're going to want to try to protect our profits. There's a couple of ways to go about that. As the trend is moving down and breaking new lows, you can get this channel line sort of in sync with that. And here you can see we have a bounce, break a new low, so we're going to go ahead and sync this channel line. We're holding nicely there. We break below it, which is great. We think maybe it's going to reach here. It doesn't. It bounces back up into this little range, and then we find support right on the curve and start moving higher. You're going to want to consider easing out of your position at that point. Incredibly instructive, and as any day trader knows, it's easy to get pulled into the sort of really short-term price action and not realize that you're sitting on a very important level. So you might be so caught up in the little moves that you take a much smaller profit on a trade. And the other thing, of course, is trading in the middle of really important levels where you don't have such powerful forces at work, which means you can end up getting caught up in a lot of sloppy trades. So this indicator helps you avoid that. You'll actually be able to see right on your chart right where these levels are without even having to reference another chart or another monitor. Okay, So it also has audible alerts. So if you're actually testing that level, it'll let you know that. So if you stepped away or if you're paying attention to something else, you'll have an audible alert. And the market scanner is an interesting one. If you're looking at a large number of symbols, obviously we all know it gets tedious after some period of time. So this will allow you to go in, launch your curves from the pivots that you deem important, and calibrate them, and you can go ahead and just turn the scanner on. Now, I use this on a daily time frame. You could use it on 30, 60, basically any time frame that you want. Use it on the daily and weekly, and then drop down to lower time frames with more aggressive day trading setups to try to capture, for instance, on the day where I got an alert right in here, drop down into intraday time frames and look for good setups near the low of this day as it's testing into that range. And I'm going to be taking multiple trades and hopefully at least scalping out some profit even if it doesn't quite go yet. And then when it does go, you want to be in and hopefully within the lower fifth or better of the day's range where you're getting that test. Okay, so again, I've got a video sort of demonstrating this in more detail on the website, MidasTradingSystems.com. The contact information for right now, MidasTradingSystems@gmail.com is our email address. MidasTradingSystems.com is where you can go to take a look at the info and download this PowerPoint. I also have the original indicator with some actual slight modifications for free on the website, along with some upgrades that I think you'll find really interesting. Thanks for taking a look at this video and look forward to hearing from you.